Hey guys, I'm Dov, and today I'm back with more Total War Warhammer 2 online action. Today we're back with one of my own battles here, going to be taking Durthu and the Wood Elves up against the Vampire Counts. So definitely in for a fun time. This is indeed one of the battles I fought in the King of the Hill style series I did on Turin's channel. So this is a game between myself and Janet on occasion. I've got the Wood Elves, Janet has the hordes of undead here. So let's go ahead and take a look at the army compositions. Of course, Durthu is leading the charge for me. He's got the Sword of Daith here, as well as the Lamentation of Despair and Flock of Doom. In addition, he's also carrying Blessing of the Ancients for that additional recharge rate in the forest. For additional heroic choice, we have somewhere in here, there's a Branch Wraith who's carrying just Earthblood and the melee attack buff. For an infantry line, we've got four Dryads. We've got 5 Eternal Guards. No shields on these guys, just what money I had left over has been spent on chevrons for them. We've also got a Tree Man. 1 unit of Sisters of Thorn out on the far side. There's the Branch Wraith up on the hill, and we've got another unit of Sisters of Thorn out in the swamp here doing some early skirmishing. So definitely in for a fun time. Let's go ahead and take a look at the vampires here. They're going to be led by Vlad von Karstein. Of course, he's incredibly tanky and super hard to kill. We've got a front line of looks like 4 to 5 zombies. 1, 2, 3, 4 zombies. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 Grave Guard. One of them, yep, is indeed the Stearnsman. Got some Dire Pack here with Blood Knights. On the other side, we've got Black Knights, and the Varix Reavers Regiment of Renown, led by a White King. And yeah, I believe that's pretty much everything. So let's go ahead and kick things into full gear and watch as the battle unfolds. So first things first, we're going to be getting a nice skirmish phase with the Sisters of Thorn. Of course, with the poison missiles and everything, they'll be able to easily outpace the Dire Pack. It's also worth noting that the Dire Pack count as a small entity unit size, which means they will be slowed down considerably and debuffed by the shallow water here in the swamps. So going to be a little bit rough for them. You can see Janet's trying to head off with these knights here, but the Sisters of Thorn are going to be fast enough to stay out in front. However, since we've got so much support close by, I decide, you know what, we've got plenty of physical resistance here. If we do a quick hit and run, we can pin these guys in place while we bring in those troops. So we're just going to do a quick counter charge here with the Sisters of Thorn while we bring the Tree Men and the Eternal Guards up and over the knoll here and engage on these Black Knights. I did have to leave them in a little bit longer than I was comfortable with. We are going to take a little bit of damage there, but to only probably lose 1 or 2 unit models, we are able to just squeak away there. And a very nice ability by the White King there, using that whatever item he has. I don't quite remember the name of it, but basically does that AoE cone attack. Did a little bit of damage, but we're just now use the Curse von Rare to slow all these units additionally, also stacking it with the poison, hoping to catch, but chasing through the shallow water like this, my infantry units are going to have a really hard time keeping up with the cavalry, even debuffed as they are. You can see we're getting a general charge all across the line with the Dryads here going to be charging into the zombie and Grave Guard hordes. They'll obviously do very, very well against the zombies, but they'll do pretty poorly against the Grave Guards. I mean, obviously they do have 60 armor now in Mortal Empires, which is decent, and physical resistance, meaning the Grave Guards won't do a ton of damage in return. But that anti-infantry bonus for the Grave Guard definitely counts for a lot there. The Tree Men, however, will do quite a bit of damage to the Grave Guard. He does have the weapon strength to punch through their armor and do quite a bit of damage there. Can see just all across the line, Treeman engaging. We're dropping that Earthblood, and Durthu should be along shortly. Yep, looks like he's striding over here. I was hoping to keep them in the woods as long as possible, these two, so they could get the bonus Winds of Magic recharge, but decided it was time to bring them up here. You can see Black Knights going to be charging into the mainline fight here. I do have the Eternal Guards on station, just kind of holding them in reserve for the moment while my Dryads fight in this mainline fight here. But seeing as how these Black Knights are going to be charging in, we soon will be pulling these Eternal Guards forward to help support in this front line. Durthu and this Treeman, though, are going to be super tanky. You can see this Treeman is just beating up these Grave Guard and zombies here, just pulling them up with the tentacles. Vlad is also trying to lay a whipping on him, but Vlad just really doesn't have the AP to really put a hurt on the Treeman. Let's go ahead and see if we can here. His AP only 140 AP, so not the best. He does have the Dire Pack here for support as well as this Treeman, but here comes Durthu. He's got the Sword of Daith popped, which is going to do some area of effect damage and lower all these guys' armor by 30. In addition, we're also dropping that Flock of Doom, just continuously tearing away at this big blob of vampire infantry here. We're also doing a really good job of using the Sisters of Thorn in conjunction with these spear units to put a beat down on the heavy cavalry as much as possible. You can see that using the debuffs, the slow debuffs, Curse of Honor Air, and the poison missiles, just keeping these guys slowed and not able to pull away as effectively. Now we have pulled in the Eternal Guards into the mainline fight. Going to be spraying a little bit of a trap here. You can see there's quite a few Black Knights and Blood Knights in here. The Varix Reavers and the Blood Knights both in on this side. Now the Black Knights in on this side. And although they have gotten a nice charge in here, we're going to get almost a full surround now, bringing in the Sisters of Thorn to pin in the Black Knights on this side, bringing in more Eternal Guards and just starting to drag these guys down by sheer numbers. We've also got a couple of War Dancers with Azrai Spear I failed to mention earlier, but they are going to be running through here. Really nice Flock of Doom also going down, tearing away these Graveguard and a lot of these Black Knights as well. These two units of Black Knights are actually crumbling, it looks like. Yep, so they are going to be taking continuous damage. These Blood Knights have managed to squeak through, or excuse me, that's the Varix Reavers. They have managed to squeak through, but a lot of the other units starting to be dragged down. Vlad himself is holding up fairly well. You can see this White King's been beat up pretty badly. Vlad is super tanky, even for Durthu and his tree man buddy. They're going to have a hard time putting the beat down on Vlad, but just this anchor, the vampires really don't have a lot that can deal with treatment. I mean, on top of 100 armor, they also have heavy physical resistance, of course, at 20%, meaning a unit like, even a elite tier anti-large unit like Terrorgeist, for example, or Blood Knights, they're going to have a hard time getting through the physical resistance and everything of the tree type units. Durthu and this Treeman both here. I mean, the Terrorgeist would probably be the best option the vampires have right now for taking him down, but even still, I think Durthu might win that one-on-one with all things considered. Another Flock of Doom going off, just continuously tearing away the hit points of all these units. Durthu doing a great job of just kind of clearing out lots of chaff here. We're just, again, using the Sisters of Thorn in conjunction with the anti-large infantry here to just continuously bog down and just drag these Varix Reavers out of the saddle and into the mud here, the swamps. The Blood Knights are hopefully suffering the same fate here. You can see this. One unit of Black Knights is crumbling. They're only about 500 HP left, so they should be gone relatively shortly. Plenty of summons, zombies, and skeleton warriors also being called up, but they're going to be worked through relatively quickly here by these Eternal Guard. Blood Knights also standing in here again with the Eternal Guards. It's going to be rough. The nice thing about Wood Elves is they have so many anti-large armor-piercing troops that are, you know, relatively cheap with the Eternal Guard, or you can go expensive and elite with the War Dancers. But yeah, you can see this is probably a little bit of an overcommitment there. I can probably honestly send both these Eternal Guards over to another fight here, but, you know, I just wanted to be extra sure that these Varix Reavers didn't get away and get a chance to regenerate. They still have quite a bit of their healing cap left, so they could potentially regenerate a lot of HP. You can see we are slightly ahead on the balance of power at this point, though. Things are looking pretty good for me, despite the fact that these Graveguard will be beating down these Eternal Guards here. There's just nothing really at this point that can stop Durthu and his Tree Man buddy. Despite them being surrounded by Blood Knights, they're just not taking that much damage at the end of the day because of that high armor physical resistance. Blood Knights also don't have the best AP values, as well as they're being poisoned, you know, by the Sisters of Thorn and everything, so just not a great day for the vampires. You can see the Graveguards, the Sternsmen actually, that are supporting here, going to be taking quite a bit of damage as well. They're nowhere close to their healing cap, unfortunately, and they are being whittled down by this Treeman and Durthu here, so eventually these guys will be going down. We've also got the Branch Wraith on station, providing that little melee attack buff, the Call of the Woods. He's actually giving that to both the Durthu and the Treemen here, buffing their melee attack ever so slightly. Those look like Master of Beguilement's gone down on Durthu, and yep, just Durthu bringing his melee attack down to only 34, but even still, Vlad's at his healing cap now, so all the damage he takes will be true damage. He's not going to be able to heal any of it back, and you can see Jen is doing a really good job just continuously trying to cycle his Blood Knights in here, but it's just not going to be enough. These two tree units are way too durable. I mean, he almost has killed this one Tree Man, but there's still Durthu himself here, who has armor piercing and even better combat stats than the Tree Man, so it's going to be really, really rough. And see the one unit of Graveguard was able to dispatch those Eternal Guards there. Same thing here, but the War Dancers with the Azrai Spear are going to come in. They have armor piercing, although they're not really meant versus infantry. They'll do pretty well against these Graveguards, considering the Graveguards have kind of poor combat stats somewhat. You know, so the War Dancers will definitely do well here, and just the leadership isn't going to hold up for the vampires at that point. All the units crumble, and that is game. So well played to Janet. Hope you guys enjoyed watching that battle. It was definitely a fun one. I haven't played this matchup in quite a while, and I had forgotten how just wildly effective the tree units are in this specific matchup. Because the vampire counts really can't bring that much in the way of fire damage. I believe hex rates have fire damage. I'll double check here in a minute, but you know, you really don't want to bring them against the Wood Elves just because they have so many types of magic damage. I mean, a lot of the units I had here, the Dryads, Durthu himself, Branch Wraith, and the Treemen all have magic attacks, notwithstanding all the magic missiles that the Wood Elves can bring. So ethereal units are a risky play at best against the Wood Elves. So since they don't have a lot of fire damage, Durthu is a very safe pick here. They tend to struggle generally with the large armored monsters anyway, and the physical resistance of the tree units makes them ideal for tanking out lots of damage. For myself, just the Eternal Guards cleaning up a lot of kills against those elite tier cavalry, and then the Sisters of Thorn also, you know, doing the same thing, annoying them, harassing them, you know, pinning them down with quick charges, and then getting out of there. Super utilitarian units. I love it. 50 kills and an XP Chevron on the Treeman as well. 52 on Durthu. And yeah, just really nice work across the board here. For Janet's build, a lot of it is a Graveguard. 128 and 98 kills against Wood Elf infantry is pretty legit considering they come in relatively small units, relatively low numbers comparatively to some other factions. 59 kills and an XP Chevron on Blood Knights is also very nice. Barracks Weavers got 53 kills, so both of these elite cavalry paid off, but the Black Knights, the plain old Black Knights, I'm not 100% sure if these guys really paid off in the end, but only 31 kills on the Sternsbenders is rough. Granted, these guys are more meant as a tank unit anyway, but still, very well played to Janet. Hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you like this kind of content, like and subscribe. I'm keeping it coming with more Total War Warhammer 2 content, so stay tuned for more, and we'll see you next time.